fam, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming. If it's your second time, or maybe you've been on my channel ever since I started, or maybe you recently joined my channel, just know that I really do appreciate you. So on today's video, I want to share with you a topic that I discussed in one of my previous videos, which was depression is real. And now on today's video, I'm going to share with you signs that will help you to know whether you or your loved one is depressed. Disclaimer, so whatever I'm going to share with you is from my previous experience, and also seeing people who are depressed around me and the signs, the characters, or rather the things they used to do before getting into the depression, or rather the peak of that depression. So I'm just going to share with you from that experience, and I'm not certified when it comes to talking about, I'm not a therapist, and I'm not mental, what do you call it, psychiatrist maybe, I'm not that. So yeah, before I start sharing, kindly, if you did not watch that video of depression is real, please click on that link popping. Yes, go watch it and then come back, continue with this one, or maybe finish this one and then go watch that one. This is not gonna be a very long video, so I'm just gonna go to the point. Maybe you're watching this and you're wondering, okay, what's depression? And depression is a mood disorder, and it affects the way you think about life, like the way you view life in general. And being unhappy does not mean that you're depressed. Being unhappy is usually very temporary, like you can be unhappy now and then the next day you'll be fine, you know. But depression is a continuous thing that happens. The first sign that you or your loved one might be going through depression is loss of interest. Let's say you used to love working out, you used to love cooking, you used to love so many things that you used to love, you stop doing them at all. Like if you're someone who loves workouts like I am, then all of a sudden you just stop going for those workouts. If you're someone who loves cooking, all of a sudden you just don't feel like cooking, even the appetite is no longer there. And if you're employed, maybe you're going to work 8 to 5 and you used to love your job so much, it will get to a point whereby you start giving excuses, or maybe calling in sick, you don't want to go to work anymore. So I mean, just those simple things that people do that you think is normal, and it's not really normal. Like there's just something, you know, something is just off. Those things that you used to love so much all of a sudden doesn't make sense to you. If you're married and you might be giving excuses for not having sex with your partner, and that is something that you used to maybe like before because that's your partner, you liked that particular person. So it's something that when you start feeling that way, just try to seek medical attention, or maybe just try to work on something. Like take time and listen to yourself and just give yourself, like focus on yourself, and then you'll be able to know what's really happening to you. The second sign is withdrawing from people, and these are people that you love. Like maybe it might be your friends, you just start cutting them off, and then all of a sudden you remain there alone, you don't have anyone close. And then maybe another thing is maybe your family members, you don't want to talk to your family members, you go to on your phone and then you start blocking. And this is something I've seen, by the way. Like I've seen it happening to someone that I knew, and that is what they were doing. They just started blocking people, cutting off people, and before you know it, it went bad. Like it wasn't, you know. So these are signs that you're going through depression, and these are signs that maybe someone that you know is going through depression. And if you're watching this and it's not you going through it, then just try to talk to that person. Let's try to reach out to them and just find out what is really going on, even if they've cut you. Like if you're the one who still remains there, like who's not been cut off, just try and talk to them and make them, like, just try to understand what's going on. I think, yeah, I'm repeating myself, but you get what I'm saying. The third sign that you're going through depression, or maybe your loved one is going through depression, is when they're feeling like you feel tired all the time, like you just want to sleep all the time, like there's nothing you want to do. Like when you have, like, let's say there's something you need to do in your house, you just keep on postponing, you just don't want to do, you just want to sit maybe and just browse on your phone, or maybe just you feel lazy, like you become lazy even if you're not lazy. Like you were not a lazy person, but all of a sudden you just want to sleep a lot, you just want to, you know, you don't want to do anything, and you just feel tired the entire time. Like your body, your muscles, you feel muscle pains, like, you know, because when you're depressed, when your mind is not at peace, like even your entire body is just going to feel that way. So just try, if you see that you have that sign, just know that something is not okay, and please start doing something about it. So on this point of you're feeling tired and sometimes even feel sleepy, it might happen that you can either be, you want to sleep all the time, or you're not getting sleep. Like when you go to bed, you're not falling asleep easily, like you're always staying awake for so long. When you do that, when you find yourself in such a situation, that just know that there's something that is not okay with you, and you need to either talk to someone, like just pay attention to all these things. Like if you see someone around you going through this, like all of a sudden your partner is not falling asleep easily, they have sleeping problems, and there are people who maybe they usually have sleeping problems, but why do you think they usually have sleeping problems? I mean, I'm not a professional when it comes to this, but I'm just trying to wonder why do you think they have that? So if they're disturbed here, then it becomes a problem to sleep even for them when they're depressed. So just find out, like just get to know what's wrong with the other person. If it's not the other person, then it's you. What's wrong with you? Like just try to pay more attention to how you feel, by the way. Like it's very, very important. The fourth point is uncontrollable emotions or unmanageable emotions. Like you have someone, maybe you have your friends around you, and 1 minute you're so happy, you're just you're doing things like like you're happy, you're in the mood, like you're present. Then the next minute you're just shouting at them, you just don't want everything, like you're just shouting, even if it's your partner. All of a sudden you guys were good, then the next minute something has just happened, like you just change, your mood just changes like that. Like you don't even understand what's going on. Like people around you don't understand why all of a sudden you're so pissed. Your feelings are just all over. Every single thing around you just pisses you off. Even if it's just food, someone decides to give you food, you'll be like, hey, what makes you think that I'm hungry? Do I look like I don't have food in my house? And someone is just being nice to you, by the way. Like every single thing around you just frustrates you, it irritates you. Just know that maybe you're going through depression, or that particular person that is around you that is doing that is going through depression and needs attention. Yes. The fifth point that someone is going through depression is changes in appetite and weight. You'll find that someone never used to eat a lot, but all of a sudden they're just eating a lot, like taking a lot of food. Like they want this, they want that, they always eat. I think that's stress eating. Like you want to eat everything. And then you'll also find that there are people who they don't like food, like they just don't want to eat at all. And I also happened to know someone who went through that, and it was really bad. Like they could go for even 3 weeks without food. So you can imagine 3 weeks without food, how someone will look like. Like of course you're going to lose weight. Like it's either when you eat a lot, when you're stress eating, then it means you're going to add weight. But when you're not eating at all, then it also means that you're going to lose weight. So at the end of the day, it affects you one way or the other. You can either be gaining weight or losing weight. So if that is you, again, you need to pay attention to yourself, and you need also to get help. Seek for medical advice from someone who's a professional. Yes. Or maybe you can start by listening to your brain, listening to your mind, and just journaling. Like write down whatever you feel. Don't get to that level whereby now you're going to just stress eat and just do all that. So I mean, depression is real, good people. It is very real. The last point is feeling hopeless and helpless. Like you used to have dreams, but all of a sudden it doesn't really make sense. Like you don't see the point of doing whatever you used to do that used to make you happy, and you don't see the need to even continue living. And this is just the worst stage to be at. I feel like this is one of those last stages whereby you'll find that someone is now, they start thinking of maybe committing suicide, they start thinking of how to end their lives, they start thinking of so many things like this. When you start feeling hopeless, and it means that life is meaningless, like there's nothing you're living for. It's like not having dreams anymore. You don't see the point of being in existence. Even at this point, when you feel hopeless, it means that you don't see that there's anyone around you that matter, or maybe you don't see that you matter to. You feel like no one really cares, and you also feel like even when you're gone, no one will be affected. Like it gets to that point where you really don't think at all. You're just there, like you want to go, like you don't see the need of living anymore. I don't know how I can stress on this part, but it's something that I've witnessed again, and it's something I would not want any single person to witness. So if you're watching this and it's you, maybe, or maybe it's someone that you happen to know that is going through maybe some of these signs, please just try and talk to them and reach out to them and just get help. Like really get help, because you need help. If these signs, like maybe you have them, like you just need help. Just do something. Don't sit, do something. So anyway, good people, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this particular video, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you've gotten here, please subscribe. Just press on that amazing lady, and yeah, yes, I'm an amazing lady. Yeah, and until next time, good people, kisses to you.